want to make sure that you can see me and I can see you too. So there's a few things that keep in mind. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure, like I said, that we're live. I had set up all the comments to go to my watch so I can see them. But for now, I just need to make sure that you guys can see me. And I opened the wrong app. So it's getting used to the phone too. So just double checking. Okay, I'm fine. I'm live. Okay, so I see you guys. So welcome everyone. Like I said, to me, it just takes one button to get to see you. I'm just trying to get everything organized here. So hello everyone. My name is Nathalie DeSousa, and I'm gonna be your host for the next little bit. I hope you guys are doing okay. It is 1:30 here in Toronto, Canada. This is where I'm coming to you from. I know that it might be a different time for you guys if you're watching live, or if you're watching on replay, it might be a totally different day even, and that's okay. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm gonna tie my hair already, so I'm ready. Um, we love to where you're coming from. Yes, it is very cold here in Toronto today. It's very cold and snowy. So yes, weather we're in the middle of winter up here, so it's not the greatest time. Um, Today we're gonna work on a new project with this is the December kit. The January kit hasn't arrived yet. I know it was already released, if I'm not mistaken. You can see the sneak peeks and you can see what it comes. It has not been shipped yet, but I have the December kit here. I worked on the project before, and I'm really bad with the social media things. And I gotta tell you what, I have a daughter that's getting married, so I'm working on a wedding and a shower and everything that comes in between. She's getting married in 4 months, so you might see less and less of me as the time comes, and until past May. And my son is not here. He is in Vancouver. Um, he moved to Vancouver for like the next 6 months. He has to do his internship there. So we are usually I have it's not that I have help, but he does help with some things around the house, like especially like grocery shopping, because I do have a busy schedule between other things that I do. That is like on a personal basis. On the other side, and what I had to change the date is because we're having problems with our plumbing in the house. Well, I live in an apartment. So we're getting like a couple of years ago we were flooded. We had a flood, so we had to change everything. And we thought it was okay, but we realized that we need to have like a readjustment. So one of the problems got fixed, and now the other one, it was here on Wednesday, and it's gonna get fixed tomorrow. So it's like a lot of things happening at the same time. So between that and you think you're just organizing something, you're actually getting your daughter ready. Like in my case, because of my daughter's getting married, you're actually getting your daughter ready to start a new a new household, like a lot of things. So it's not just it's the wedding. No, it's like you know uh packing stuff, cleaning stuff, things that she's gonna take. So it's a lot. So yeah, I need to step back from a few things because it is a lot, with the business, with work and everything. So that was my personal life. So I hope you guys are doing okay. Oh, like I said, I'm gonna flip the camera. I have an idea what I want this to look like. I have my picture. I haven't done a thing, which is I always think about it this way. I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know, because I am coming to this the same way you'll see a kid. You'll be like, what am I gonna do with this kid? I have the idea, but I'm starting from scratch, same as you. So without further ado, I'm just gonna touch a button here, which is gonna flip to the other camera, and then we're gonna get started. So there you go. I have my kid ready. Let me just get up and we're gonna get started. And I have everything here. You're gonna see I have my kit here. I have my paper kit here. I have all the embellishments, the Project Life kit. We're not gonna use any of the dies or any of that. We're gonna focus completely on the kit. Maybe you know, and I have my ephemera and I have a picture. So this is one of my goddaughters. Her birthday was just on the 19th. So the picture was taken. This is from last year. When she wanted her party to be all Barbie, so she's dressed in the Barbie getup from the movie. This year's birthday party was all Snoopy. So of course they live in Ecuador. I don't get to see them, so I live by pictures. So I have the picture, and I really love the fact that it combined with this pink tones here. And I want to use the florals. I haven't used the florals at all, and I love florals. And I thought, oh, this would be a great, time to use them. So, like I said, even though it's a birthday picture, the Christmas tree is there because we keep, back in Ecuador, we keep our Christmas trees all the way on to January the 6th, which is Epiphany. Um, I don't know how you call it. We call it Reyes Magos, which means like, the, what do you, I forget. Oh my God, like, is it called the Magi? But I try to remember what the name is. The three kings that came to visit Jesus after, like, he had already, like, um, was born, and he was growing. They arrived, and it, for us as Catholics down in Ecuador, and pretty much all of South America and Latin America in a way, and I think even Spain, they El Día de los Reyes, which translates to Day of the King's Day, is just Epiphany, and it happens to be on January 6th. So our Christmas trees, usually stay till then, not here, back home. So, like I said, her birthday is January 19th. So, when this picture was taken, because she was trying out the outfit, was right at that time. So, I have it. So, I thought, things that happen in December, the kid is perfect. It's Christmas, but I'm going to show you something totally different with it. Now, like I said, haven't thought about. It's not that I haven't thought. I know what I'm going to do. So, let me just give you an idea of what I have in mind. So, I'm going to put this aside. Let me get a piece of paper and a pencil. Because I think you need to, just like me, you need to see it. So I have okay, so I'm thinking 12 by 12, just because I need a reference. And I want to play with paper. So I'm thinking layers of paper, kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like joint. Picture's going to go here. And then kind of zigzag it, different size like this. So kind of like a little zigzag. I hope you can see it. Picture. So in a picture, and then I'm thinking florals. I'm really bad at, like, the drawing. More floral to tie that up, more floral to tie it up, and more florals to tie it up. So you see I'm zigzagging stuff, title. So that's my idea. Now, I have nothing here on the table. I'm just gonna put this on the side. Besides I got a new cutting mat, courtesy of Stittex, because I work for them now. So I have a new cutting mat. I have my guillotine. And one thing that I actually pulled out is this. This is just a corner rounder for the corners of my papers. So what I'm thinking is I want to cut pieces that are not bigger than 3 by 4s, because that's pretty much the size of the pictures. Let me just, might be a little bit smaller. Like I said before, I tend to, when I print my pictures, leave quite a bit of a white frame around them. I think I need to trim this one a bit, just because I love the fact that kind of creates a frame around it, and it saves me from doing it after. I love the fact that there's a lot of white surrounding the picture. It kind of like, creates the frame and lets the picture breathe. I'm not a fan of big pictures, as you probably have seen in my projects. Um, I know that a lot of you, and I'm going to say in general, there's still a lot of customers or members or crafters that still love the big pictures. So I'll give you an idea what you can do with a big picture, but I prefer a smaller picture. So this picture now comes to be around, I'm going to say 2 3/4. You see, around almost 3 by almost 4-ish. So that's what I said. I don't want something that's bigger than my picture. That gives me space to play with paper. So I put my picture here where you guys can see it, but I can't. So I have my pattern paper and my printed cardstock. So I know that for my printed cardstock, I need to pull out this paper. This is called Relax, and I want this paper for my background because I want the other papers to shine. So I know that the paper, this is called Relax. This is from the Essentials, and I'm gonna set it to the side. This is gonna be what my background is gonna look like. Remember, like I said, I have kind of a cascade of, I'm gonna go with rectangles. So I want something that kind of goes, you're gonna see, I'm gonna kind of blacken it up a bit. So I want one. I know I need nine. They don't have to be the exact same sizes. They have to be at one point somehow connected, so it brings it all together. There has to be repetition, that much I know. Let me see, I screwed up because I want this one here, here, and here. Flowers are gonna be here. Flowers are gonna be here. Flowers are gonna be here. This is gonna be my picture, my title, and I'm zigzagging the flowers. Flowers are gonna be here. Okay, so I think that gives you a better idea. This is my, I'm really bad at drawing, like, so that's my idea. I want it to be kind of moving here. So if I play with 3x4s as my rectangles, I think it's even too big. So now it's what the fun part is. Not for, for me, not for me, not really. It's all about playing with, not playing, auditioning pattern paper. So I'm gonna take out the this is really nice actually. I'm gonna take out the branding bar, the UPC bar, whichever way you wanna call it. Like I said, I just got this last week and I love it already because it's nice and sharp. And the ones that I had, it was like all like doing these weird cuts because they had, the little what do you call it? The little wire thingy that never cut straight. So this one is working much better. Do you print the picture? Yes, I print the pictures myself. I love having I edit my own pictures. So before, like, I edit my own pictures. I use either Photoshop or Print Shop to edit. But there's a lot of programs that are easier to use in case you don't, in case you are not, I'm not either like that computer literate completely, but I'm used to those programs. But I like the fact that I print them because I print them in batch. So I print all my pictures. I have an HP printer, which is an Echo Tank. So I'm able to add the ink. I buy really good paper for my printer. Regardless, even if it's like just regular printing, I don't print anything in the paper that comes for the machine. Now, one thing. Second thing, I print my prints at the highest value, like the highest resolution, the best quality, like everything, like, the way you should do. The other thing is, whenever I've taken them to, I print my pictures on either satin paper or I think it's called semi-glass, semi-glossy, which means that it is not shiny. The other thing that, because I used to print them before, like at this, I don't know, if, like here in Canada, used to be like kind of the supermarket used to have those kiosks there. Not anymore. But I found that even if I like, even if I took my pictures edited, I took it there, I put it, and it never came out the way that I wanted edit. So they will come with no, like, no frames, or like they would just be blown up. So I don't like that. So what I do is I take a few days, I'm gonna say probably at the month. I download all my pictures. I do a batch editing. I keep a lot of my pictures in black and white. I keep them all in my hard. I have a hard drive, and then I print them by batches. So I go. Let's say I go this entire week. I'm gonna go the entire week and print all of them, size them, and I try to size them less than 3 1/4. And this is something that, like, I can play with the sizes. And if I don't like it, I find that usually when I have my pictures, especially because I document daily, I will cut them, put them in my album as the date goes. So let's say that this picture I know for sure is January 6th. That's from last year. So let's say I don't like the picture. I just know the date already. So I go into the computer, fix it, go through it again, and just like, make it smaller or make it bigger. And then as um, I tend to document pretty much, not pretty much every picture, but a lot of my daily pictures on my 6x8 or my traveler's notebooks. And then the ones that I think need to be displayed or that I want to send to my family or keep, I usually make them into a layout. Now, I hope that answers your question. So like I said, I do print. Everything that I print is at home. I haven't had the greatest experience printing outside. But Um, it depends also what printer you have. I know a lot of people love their HP printers. More power to you. I have nothing but to say whatever, like, I've had always, sorry, they love their, I'm saying it wrong. I have an HP printer, but I know people, that love Picturemaids and Canons. I haven't had that great relationship with Canon, but with HP. The only thing that I have is I have an Echo Tag, I think it is, or something like that. So before, when, like, back in the day, because the one we have is like 2 or 3 years old, um, we used to, what's the word? I'm trying to, like, not screw it up. Subscribe to the ink. So as soon as our ink, the computer tells, like, told HP that our ink was getting low, right away, like, HP will send us our ink. Now we have a tankless, I think that's the word, or a whatever, but we put our own ink. I think I've changed it in the past 2 or 3 years just once. So it is, it was worth the first expense to buy it. It was worth it. So I hope that, I hope that helped. Like I said, there's a lot of programs that you can use to edit, but an advice that I'm gonna give you, if you are a person that struggles a lot with, like, the size of your photos and you want them smaller, I would consider looking into an editing program, even if those simple ones that you have on your phone, like CapCut, for like any photo editing. Try to put two of your pictures into a 6x4. You don't have to do more than that. The moment that you can put two pictures into 6x4, which you can do, then you'll be fine. You can even also use the programs like that comes with your phone. Like I use Android phones. See, like this is like, I'm gonna show you because you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. This was my old one. This is my new one. This is Christmas. This is my old one. Um, if you have, like, another thing you have to keep, let's say I'm talking instead of working, you have to keep in mind is how you take your pictures. So when you go into the settings of your camera in your phones, make sure that you have it set it up to 3x4s or 1x1s. If you have it by 16:9, which is the entire phone, like, because they're like narrow but long, the moment that you take your picture, it looks beautiful, but when you go edit, you're gonna end up cutting pieces of it. So my advice, having taken pictures for now over 40 years, put it into a 3x4. It makes it easier for you to edit and to fit two pictures into a 6x4, which will give you 3x4s. Maybe that will help you a little bit. But again, personal choice, just giving you a little bit of that. No, don't worry about it. You don't distract me because at least I know somebody's watching. So I know, okay, I'm not talking to myself. I'm not going crazy. And my project is not going to take that long. At least I'm hoping for. Okay. So, like I said, I have my picture. I know that I need to pull out pink to make sure that, that the image, or my niece, well, she's like my niece, my little cousin actually pops, so I know pink is going to be one of the colors that I need to pop. So I'm going to pull this one from the Project Life kit. You're going to see it kind of matches the color. Okay, so the closest that I can get. So I know that I'm going to need that. I need something that's going to contrast that. So you're going to see that this pink paper is pretty much on the, what is the word? Very solid, very plain looking, which is what I want because I want to make sure that when I put it next to a pattern, it's going to pop. So if I have this, I need something that has a pattern that's going to pop. And for that, I'm gonna go to this, which it's the larger, the thin paper. It's close to my heart. I am gonna use the 12x12 because I don't have enough here. Okay, so you're gonna see I have something that is going to contrast. And then I need something that is going to be like a happy medium in between those two that brings more color into this. So, and because I have, like, I'm thinking three clusters, so I'm thinking like around three patterns. So let's go back into this one. I just want to make sure that I have something that picks up on more colors. This one is a maybe, like this one is for sure. And I know that I need it because I have the B side here. I need something I don't need something white. So because I have the white background, I want something with more color. but not with extreme color because I don't want it to compete with this. Okay, so let's play. Like I said, this is the part that's gonna take us the longest is audition these pieces. So I'm just looking at this. I do love this. I do love that too, but I think it's too close to that. Yes, so for now, let's consider this. This is a maybe. Yeah, you see, I was talking a lot. And I like seriously, I don't mind it. You want to ask me a question? Ask me right now because I'm like, like I said, it's not that I love doing live sessions. If anybody will ask me, it's one of my favorite things to do because I like I don't like editing projects to start with. That's one thing. I gotta be honest. If anything, I'm very honest. I like this better. So you see how like that pops the pink and it brings more color? So I might go with this instead of this blue one. But like I said, I need it for this. So I like this better because it brings out all the colors. Um, One thing. The second thing is you know, I I've been a stay-at-home mom. I'm just gonna time it here. For the past my kid is 25 years. Okay, I left my career to stay home with my children. And I find it that it was kind of lonely. Well, when they were little, you have no time to even think. Sometimes not even time to shower. But now that they're like, as they got older, we enjoyed our time together. My kids grew up with me. We grew up together. Like, that's the thing. But eventually they leave. They like it's the law of life. They have to go. And I am pro they have to like, make their own lives. I have no issue with that. So when I think I need some green. So when I was given no too much green, the option to go live, I was very like I don't know if I can do it. I'm not a fan of yellow, but I'm thinking yellow might be the way to go. Um, I don't know if I can do it, and my friend Kinari, which was the owner of Pinkflake Studio, she's like, I think hey, I think you have enough to talk about because we talk outside of, and I was like, okay, like if you think I can do it, I'm just gonna put it there. I like that. I'm just gonna try some flowers. Yeah, I like that. You see, like I might change this one. I like those two. I might go with, I don't want something that is, I like those two. Let me see. I like this kind of pattern here. Just because she has the checker, I like those three. Especially because the flowers pop. Let's see something else. She had the idea that maybe we should try going live. And I was like, okay, if you think I can do it, I enjoy it. Okay, I do enjoy it. I have to say it. I find it very rewarding. But especially because projects always start like this, like, okay, you and I have a kid. We haven't done anything with it. Let's see what we can do. I enjoy that. I love the challenge. I kind of like that because it picks up on all the colors. It's kind of a little bit more on the solid side. So let's go with those three. Okay. So we have, and like I said, I'm gonna need more, so I have it here. So yeah, when somebody's there, even though like it takes me a little bit to like look because I'm facing here and the screen is over here, um, I don't mind it. I like the conversation because I know it's not. I'm not going crazy talking to myself. So I'm just gonna have the 3x4 cards just in case because I think I might be pulling some of this. So let's go into the papers and we're gonna cut them into 3x4. So I know that I need a 3x4 from here. I don't even know how big this is. Yeah, and I broke this week. I fell down and I broke it and I was like, oh, and I couldn't find a new one. So let's see, 3x4. No, let's go by, yeah, let's go here. Three, no, four. So I'm gonna start with the 4x3, and then if I need to make them smaller, I'd rather go bigger and then small on this, okay? I'm a Walmart not buying the grocery. That's fine. You do you. I sent my daughter shopping yesterday. She was here. It was snowing here. I had the people from what's his name? The plumbers were here yesterday. We had them coming in and out of the apartment the whole day, so I knew there was going to be a lot of noise. That's why I was supposed to be live yesterday, and I had to like move it to today because I knew that it was going to be insane. So you see a 3x4? That's okay. I don't mind this. 3x4. So I'm gonna cut another one. So let's start putting it together. So you see what I'm going to. 3x4. It's not gonna stay like that. Remember how I had my picture? So I need the other two. So I'm gonna cut. I can even go like this, but I like that. So I'm gonna cut two 3x4s from here too. Maybe four. Maybe I go 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Make it right. 3 3/4. So 2 3/4. I want to make them smaller. 1, 2 3/4. Okay. So I have my two. So just so you see what I'm talking about. Okay. So I have this one here. And I know this one is gonna repeat down here somehow. I'm gonna cut a same thing, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. You're a woman. That's fine. You know you have to buy food. That's fine. Like I said, I had my daughter do that yesterday because I was like, nobody can move from here. We have the plumbers coming, and we couldn't because we had to get like into the keys and all these things. So, but one is done. So the washroom is working, and now we're waiting for our kitchen one. And my kid who is in Vancouver, he's like, finally, you're gonna get rid of the, what do they call it? And I was laughing. Chinese water torture. Because it drips. That's the problem. Our faucet drips. And after having the flood a couple years ago, we are so scared of it. So the other one is kind of gonna go here. Okay, that's it. Simple design. You don't need to be a rocket scientist for this. You can even use scraps to create this. Okay, good. You're gonna kind of repeat the pattern. We have to go smaller. So that's what I said. We're gonna start with that and probably cut smaller. Now that we see more or less what this is going to look like, then we know. Want this one to go on top this time. And I'll probably have to put another pink one, which would go at the bottom. So you see, I'm alternating how my pieces go. So I want the pink one to hide here. And then I'm gonna repeat at the bottom. So those three colors are gonna be the ones that I'm going to use. So now that I see, I think I need to go smaller. So these are fine. I might even make them smaller in a bit, so don't worry. So I know this one has to go to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. For now, let's cut a few more and we go from there. So let's see. I'm gonna cut from the top here. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna fake it because sometimes people are like, I don't have enough paper. You have enough paper. You just have to be creative on how you use it. So 3 3/4. So I'm talking about around there. Yeah, so this is 3 3/4. Yeah, so that's the height. This like a, and then I need a 2 3/4. So let's just fake it like that. So I know that I have to hide it underneath this part. I'm playing with scraps. Okay, so nothing wrong with it. Again, 2 3/4. And if somebody tells you I've never done that, you're not being truthful. Because you'll play with the paper until you don't have any more, and then you're like, okay, at least I'm like that. Like I know that this little piece that I'm cutting is gonna be unworkable, so then I'm able to toss it. And that's one of the reasons why I have a lot of papers too, because I will cut a piece and I'll be like, oh, I still have paper. I'm not gonna throw it. So there we go. Let's clean up the edges. Okay, so I have my three pieces of two pieces, 3 pieces of pink. I need to cut my 3 pieces of this one. See, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Once I have that, all I'm gonna do is probably round the edges. That's about simple as that. I'm not gonna complicate it. You don't need to complicate it really. Keep it simple. Use up your kit. I've come to learn that this year is that we save so many things, and I'm telling you because we live in an apartment and we're ready to pack up. We packed up a kit to go. One of the kids, like I said, left to Vancouver, so we had to pack up, and I was amazed at how my kid was able to just take the necessary. I was like thinking, you're gonna need so much more stuff. I mean, we went to drop him off. He is very he's living in an Airbnb. I mean, he couldn't take pots or pans or anything like that. He stayed there for 6 months. So he had to go to somewhere that already came like with the furniture and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, I don't need this, I don't need this. And I was like, oh my god, I'm really a rat pack. And then my daughter's getting married, and like we need spaces to invitations and packing this, and she's starting to oh, we have to get stuff for her like that she wants and stuff like before she gets married. And I'm thinking, oh my god, all these things. And she's like, I don't need all that stuff. I was like, you kids are better than your mother. That's all I'm gonna say. So here we go. Let's put this together. Okay. So remove this. Okay. So here we go. First one. Okay. Hope you can see it. I think you can see it. There we go. The next one, like I said, we're gonna play with the location of things. We're going to put the can overlap them a little bit. Now the pink is gonna go to the bottom. Remember how I said this is not going to show that much. I'm gonna move this here, here. And the blue is gonna have to go kind of here. Move this higher. That's what I'm thinking, that I have to make it smaller. Move them more towards here. Okay, let's. This is the part that's gonna take us the longest. Just playing with things so it looks make it make sense. That's really where really well. Let's put this one right here. It has to come here. And then the blue one is gonna go here. So you see how I'm playing with stuff? My picture is gonna go here, so I'll play with that in a bit. So I'm just moving things so I'm gonna shorten this in a bit. So for now, I'm just setting everything in place to see how it goes. And I know that this one is have to go here. I'm gonna shorten the pieces of paper now. Okay, and this one that I have cut like that, then I have to go sort of like this. We're gonna move it here. And I don't like this here, but it's okay because like I said, this picture is gonna sit right here. So we're gonna play with this a bit more. Right now it's just a matter of playing with this. Like I said, I'm thinking already, I'm looking at it. I think I have to shorten these pieces of paper. Or at least play with them, layer them a little bit more. There we go. Better. It's okay there. Okay. I like that better. This one, I'm going to get it into a paper that's totally different color. So let me just see what I have. I might go with green or yellow. Let's see. And I'm using the Project Life kit. I thought I wasn't gonna use that, but as much of it, but I'm gonna end up using a lot of it. Let me see on this one. I want something that's gonna make it pop a lot. Let's try this. Or no, it has to be a solid. Let's see on this one here. No, 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 no. I want to go with this on this side. Yep. So now here's where I'm going to sit down because I think I need to shorten these pieces just by a little bit. So I like how it looks like. So let's start with this one. I'm gonna make it a little, so I'm gonna go with 2.5 by 3.5. They don't have to be all the same size, by the way, but I think it needs to be smaller to eat up less space. This one is going to be just a little less shorter. So 3.5. I'm gonna keep it as wide as I can. So 2 and 3/4, 2 and 3/4, but I'm gonna make it shorter. This one here, I wanna make it skinnier. So let's make it 2.5. Okay, that's better already because it's not eating that much space. I know that I want it right there. So let's see if I remember how I had it before. I want this smaller. So 2.5 by 3.5. Put this one underneath here. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's not on the same level. So I want this one right here. I'm gonna keep it as that. So this was here. Trying to see how my pattern looks at the beginning. Probably shift them a lot this way, like this. It's trying to, like I said, right now it's all about playing with paper. Going to do that. A little bit of space there. Actually, yep. Yep. This, the piece that I had the little bit of pink. Okay, I'm moving, kind of move it, open it up a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to, remember, picture gonna go there. We're gonna go into here. Let's move this a little bit higher. Then, let's see if I do this. Okay, I'm gonna move the blue to the bottom. Pink on top. Can we join in there somehow? And then this one, let's see. This one I need to shorten. So this is 2.5, 3.5. So all I'm doing is just, again, move things until I'm happy with it. I like that. This one is gonna overlap a bit. Don't worry, we're gonna, even though it looks like it's like, not doing much, once you start putting, you're gonna need foam adhesive for this. Okay, in case you're thinking, no, you're gonna need foam adhesive. I'm gonna show you why in 2 minutes. That's there. Yeah, I want this like this. I can even push this towards the back here. Much better. Okay, so this one will go to the back. This one higher. This one will come some like there. And this one will come there. Okay, I like that better. Okay. In case you have pictures, picture, I am not going that route. I'm gonna go my picture right here. I might even push this one here. Because I want my photo right here or right here. So I might actually just have this kind of peeking underneath and I put my picture right here. Because I want my florals to go, just so you see it, in between these two. That's gonna be the first cluster. I want the second one to go right here. So this one I have to pull out a little bit more. Okay. I want the next one to go right here. Just zigzagging it down. Okay, so with some color. Okay. Yep. There. And the other one's gonna be down here. And I'm just gathering the ones that I find. It's not gonna be the last ones, but just so you see what it looks like. So that's what it's going to look like. In zigzagging through the thing. If you want to, you can put more things here and here. I am not gonna go that way. I think I want to add like something here. I can add another picture if I want to. You can add another one here. I want to add a little bit extra on this, or my title, my journaling, or I can add like a sentiment. Let's just play. But I like what it looks like right now. So now, here's where the key is gonna go. Let's see. Let me put this away. Okay. So we're gonna do the smart thing. And it's taking a picture of what it looks like. So I know how I did it. Put this to the side. Corner around there. I have this one, but you can use any one that you have. So I'm gonna do different sizes. This is just gonna soften the edges a bit. Not all of them is gonna get it, so this one that goes on top is gonna get it. I want this one, a different style, just lightly. Just in case, let's put this one in. Like I said, not all of us are gonna get it, so just this one. I think I want, let's see, that gets round, this one's flat, this one. Gonna go with something a little bit deeper. Actually, something that less. One is gonna stay out of the cluster. Think one little, like a small corner round, one that's gonna stay square, and one that's gonna stay like have a deeper corner. If that makes sense. Yep. So one's gonna stay square. This one, we're gonna make this one round, like really deep. So, just be mindful, like I just realized it, on the rotation of your pieces. So there we go. So now we gotta decide on this one. I think I need to make, this is flat, this is flat, this has to be rounded. Let me see. This has to be round. Just a little round. You don't need a lot of to make, just need to be smart with your patterns and a few little details. Mostly how you position everything. So this one needs that, and I think this one here. So let's go with the deeper rounds on this. There we go. Was it this one like this? No, it was at the bottom. Like that. So now you're gonna need a ruler because I do want things to be kind of semi-straight. And I'm gonna get up again and pull my adhesive. And I try not to move stuff for now. But all of these are gonna get lift up a little bit. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Let me get the thinner one for the bottom. So strap this up. I'm gonna say this one's gonna go around 2 inches from the edge. So I'm just going to set it in place. 2 inches. Actually, a little bit more. Let's go with, let me just double check. Yeah, 2 inches. Okay, so I know that this one has to be lifted up. So foam adhesive just to the corners, around a half an inch from the top. Smaller. And the bottom here. Don't do all of them until you're not like, know exactly where you're gonna sit them. You're gonna see that I'm not pressing on my ends until I am certain that where it's going to stay. So lift this up. You can do this with circles, you can do this with any shape. Kind of consider the movement of this. That's the main thing. So this goes right here. Let me get another ruler. So I'm gonna go around right here. It's gonna make, I'm gonna use this stuff on my back to help me. Right there, foam adhesive. So now that that one's in place, I'm gonna go and secure this end. There we go. I'm gonna go and secure this end too over here. Okay. This one is gonna go right there. So I'm not gonna glue it because I have to go kind of build it up, okay? So let's move this one here. So let's go with this one here. It's gonna be around, I'm trying to make a space over here. 1, 2, 3.5 or so. So let's put it there. Just gonna use, looks about right. From what he said. There we go. From adhesive. And I'm going to secure this one. I want to move this one over like this. Yeah. She was gonna sit right there. So I'm just trying to make sure. See? Let's go back to where I took the picture. Yep. This one is going to sit. I'm fine right there. This is going to sit like that. Yep, yep. Here. This one's gonna go a little bit over here like this. Yep. Then this is going to go, gonna travel a little bit to the this way. There we go. Right there, higher to the left. And this one goes like that. Like that. That's just a matter of gluing. I'm gonna sit again because then I know this one has to be set up. It's gonna be around 3 or so. It's not at the same level. Let's travel a little bit to the right, just in case. Okay, hold it in place. Corners. Secure your corners first. Okay, that's secure. This one is secure. This one we don't do until this one is ready to go. Okay, I'm setting this on the side here. And I'm using the thinnest foam adhesive that I have, just in case you're wondering, I'm going with thin because I know that my picture needs to still pop a little bit more. So, and I'm placing the foam adhesive in areas where it's going to make the card on top pop without creating a lot of bulk. So I'm small here. Get another one next to it. There we go. This one's popped. This one's popped. So this one goes right there. This one's gonna be right here. Okay, so this one is pretty much gonna stay flat because remember the picture is gonna go underneath. It's gonna pop the corner here a bit, just to help it. This one too is going to be, I'm trying to see, right there. So this one we're gonna pop this corner at the bottom, something a little bit higher. Is that how you say it? Thicker? I'm just going to see here. Okay, so let's see right there. Let me just get a ruler to make sure that it's nice and straight. Let's align it there. Yep. Let's get some. Great. Let's go over here to add more. Yeah, and it's, oh, don't tell me that okay, let me see. Did this happen? Let me see. I think I pressed something. Let me see. I think I moved it with my hand. If not, where did it go? Why is this happening? What is this happening? Let me see. Where did my Zoom box? Right here. For some reason, it's doing this. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can see it. Can you see me better now? Let's see. You can see what you can see. I just flip the camera. Okay, there we go. Tell me if you can see tell me if you can see me better because I saw the analytics too. And I think I moved the mouse, that's why. Making sure that you guys can see me properly. Yep. You still see the same in your end? Okay, let me see. Live stream. For some reason, it's not working. So let me see if I can just. Let me see if I start again. Trying to put it. Let me see. Nope. Okay. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to do this. Yeah. Let me see. I don't know what is happening right now with the program. So I fixed it. How did I do that? I have no idea. So yeah, I know. I'm trying to just find out how I did it. I think I hit the mouse. This thing is so weird. So let me just flip the camera and make sure that you guys can see the project. You guys can see the project? I have to be so careful. I'm gonna tell you, that's one of the reasons why I am glad in a way that I don't want to sound pretentious, but one of my gifts for Christmas was we had issues with like somebody coming to, what do you call it? We like my computer, like some people hijack my computer. It happened in a live session actually, and I thought that happened again, but we got that fixed. But I told my husband, and he kind of got very upset because I hadn't told him. So he went and he built me a computer. He is kind of a smart like that with those things, not with everything. So he's good at those things. So he built me a computer. So now I have my laptop, which is what I use for this. And then I have a desktop in my little nook here, because I have like a little office situation on the corner over there where I have now a desktop that he built to my specs, um, which is good because then I am hoping that I don't have to, just keep the laptop for specifics and I don't have to use it for other things. So there we go. See my background? Very simple. You don't need much. Just play with the paper. Okay? Picture is gonna go. You can again, like I said, you can put a picture here. I'm gonna move this one a little bit high. So that's one of the reasons why you gotta be careful with your adhesive. I know I need to move it higher. Just by looking at it, I know. Right there. So move the adhesive. Yeah, so let's see. I think it's better. Yeah, it's better. So if you want like multiple pictures, I'm not a fan of them. I gotta be honest. Um, you can put one here, you can put one here, you can put another one here. I'm gonna go just with one, okay? But I need to give it a little bit of a frame, so I'm gonna use this paper, but the B side, because I want it to be plain. So let's just go ahead and glue it in place. I have my glue gun here. For 2 seconds, I was thinking, oh no, somebody hacked on my computer again. Because like I said, it wasn't nice. When it happened, I freaked out because it happened in the middle of a live session. But I think it's just this time I touched the mouse. See, yeah, it's not, and it wasn't. No, it wasn't the YouTube. I wish it was the YouTube because then no, but no, because I'm using Kimberly, so no, it was my computer. It wasn't hijacked. It's the fact that a program that was installed in my computer. It actually had what's his name? When it got upgraded, or like, is that what we call it? I don't know, whatever. It got that it had like a a function or something that it just went into maintenance at any time as long as the computer was awake for more than 2 or 3 hours. So I thought I was the only one, but then I did a little bit of research and it happened a lot and they told you how you can fix it. So I was able to fix it. Still, it worries me to this day. So you see my picture is gonna go right there. I wanted to make sure that you see a little bit of this one. So I'm gonna move it a little bit higher. Okay. That's why you don't secure everything like all at once. You give it some time. Because things are going to move. I want this right here. So you still see all the pieces. Okay? You see pieces of everything. Okay? So now we're gonna glue it in place. I have sticker foam adhesive for that one. Just because I want it to pop a little bit more. Gonna make sure that it's nice and straight. Let's see here. So yeah, I was able to fix it, but it's one of the reasons why I'm getting like a desktop because people weren't too happy. You'd be surprised about the things that you keep in your computer. I had like passwords and a lot of accounts. I deal with business stuff, like for my husband. Um, he owns a business, so I had to be very careful. So we had to do a little bit of deep cleaning. So then that's one of the reasons why I think I got a desktop too, because it's easier to deal with some things there that I don't have to put on my laptop. So this one will be just for me and like the things that I use, and the other one is sitting there and I can keep everything there and I can put a lot of other stuff on it to defend it. So I'm ready here. So let me just clean up my table because it looks really messy and I don't like that. So there we go. Garbage to the side. There we go. So my base is ready. Okay, so like I said, if you like multiple pictures, this can be a picture, this can be a picture, open it up a little bit more, it gives you more space. If you want a 4x6, so consider this a 4x6, 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 you can put 3. The only thing you're gonna have to do is kind of open like the space in between this a little bit more, but it works. Okay, so now let's go into the embellishing. And it's gonna be very simple. Like I said before, I am gonna go with florals. Okay, because I have them all here. I haven't used not even one of them. So I want to take advantage of them. So I like this one here. And I sat down again because it makes it easier for me to look at it. And I am going to tuck it in between the spaces, in between the papers. Okay, just in case you're, I know I want one right here. Just trying to kind of hook it here. There we go. Okay, I want just a little bit, maybe even more. So here's what we're going to have to be smart. We are going to open up spaces. So that means I'm going to cut the extra pieces of the offset here, just so that I'm able to fit it where I want it. I want it to go sort of like this. I want to stash it. The word's not stash, it's stuck. Right there. Okay, you see? Yeah, you still see pieces of it, not all of it. Yeah, computers are like, I mean, I can tell you how old I am. I'm not ashamed of that. I just turned 50. I grew up when computers were just, coming out, and now it's like vital. Like you said, it's vital. You don't have one, it is tough to do a lot of things. So I like that one there. I'm not gonna glue it in place. It's attached to that corner there. I need to glue this piece here. I'll go back into the foam adhesives just to keep it from moving. Okay, here, let me put another piece. Okay, and it came back in my nail. Okay, there you go. Another one is gonna be right here. So it goes on the picture. Let's get something that has a lot, like a little bit of extra pink. Okay, it's gonna go right there. See? Yep. Then we're gonna need another one right here. So kind of in the space right there. So let's get something with a lot of color and some pink. Okay, I have this one here. I might even move this one up here. Let's see. Just a matter of, I think so. I'm gonna put it right there. See, so some of those papers are gonna, the corners are gonna be hidden. So don't worry about it. This one's gonna be right here. And I need another one right over here. This has to be smaller here. So let's look something a little bit smaller. Oh, let's build it up. Let's do that. It can't be that big because I want my title to sit right here. Or I can sit it up here too, but let's just go with this. I'm gonna build it up. I know I need a little bit of the color, so I'm gonna put it right there. A little bit of blue. And maybe some leaves. We don't need it to be that big. We just need something small. And some yellow. There you go. Okay. Let's put this away. And let me get up again. So you see, I have my 4 little corners. I might move this one higher. There we go. This one, I might flip it around a bit. I like that better. This one, I think I want to go kind of tuck it here somehow. Let's try and, yeah. I'll never be afraid to make the die cut work for you. I like that better. Like what that looks like right there. So let's go and secure them. Okay. I'm just gonna add something to secure it for the time being. Outside of the camera, I will go and actually add more foam adhesive, but for now, I just want to make sure that you guys see where everything is going to sit. So here. Okay. Get some stuff here. And I'm going to show you what the options for the titles are going to go to. Okay. This one is secure. Let's secure this one here. Adhesive. I'm using different heights of foam adhesive just to help me in case they're not the same. Is how I call it heights, widths? I don't know so sure how you call it. You guys only can see the disaster that I have right now next to me. Because I'm just moving stuff to the side right now. So let's see. One more. The garbage. Okay. I think we're good. Yep. So titles. I can move this down here and put the title here, but I want my title over here. So let's just go into the alpha, and there's also some sentiments here. So let's see. A night to remember. Let's go with that for now. But I'm just trying to see what I have here. Bucket list. These are a few of my favorite things, my favorite playlist. Okay, cherished traditions. We had the best time. Cozy at home. So I think I'm going to build it up. Okay, so this is how we roll. Okay, so party time. I do like this party time. So let's get the sentiments. I know there's one that has stickers. Or I thought I had one then. Here. Thinking I know where I had one. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I like this. Yeah, it's good. A ruler, just to make sure it's nice and straight. Wait. Let's see what we're gonna put. Let's go with today. So I can see exactly what I'm putting. Okay. I love this font. I love the color. You always need a pop of black in your projects. Or should I say I need a pop of black in my projects? We're almost there. See? This one. There we go. Okay. I saw something that I like here today. Coffee alphas. Let's see here. So celebrating a good life. So I know I want this here. Okay, let's keep going today. I need something here, so let's look at what I have here. Let the fun begin. Let's see. I think it'd be too much if I put it here, but I like it. So just to get it, I like that there. So let's get some foam adhesive. Right there. Just bring extra of the pink. And it's something here. So let's find a sentiment that is gonna be like kind of, it's too much. So let's go with something. Updated our family photo. No, this is save it as statement. I'm trying to find more sentiments here. Good here. Yeah, right there. Okay. And it's something. I think I'm gonna leave this empty and I'll probably go my lines of journal right here. But it needs more stuff up here. So let's just work with this. For some reason, I find that the letters are not straight. Yeah. Better. Okay, and it's a sentiment down there, like something that, so the stamp set. This is from the Project Light kit for December. I'm just getting some ink. Okay. Okay. Today, hooray for good times. Today, no. Hooray for good times today. Celebrating the good, but the no. Hooray for right there. We need the title in. Can you ever have too much? For me, yes. For me, yes. I find that there's times that, and that's one of the reasons why my projects when I work by myself take a lot because I edit a lot. I put a lot and then I start going up, take it out. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So I do. So I'm gonna put this here. Yeah, I like that. I need to kind of bring it together. So let me just find something that brings it all together here. So I'm going to get celebrating the good life. I think I already had it. So let me see what I have here. Cherish. Hooray for good times today. Yes, hooray for good times today. Cherish this moment. I like that better. Yeah. So there you go. Sometimes titles, and I'm really bad at titles. Titles come from like the pieces that you least expected. So let me just go into add a few extra details because we do need them. Not a lot, but we do need some. So I need this. We need shine, glitter, and we need like small little. So here we need something that is going to like, kind of bring that idea of like florals. There we go. And then I want to get, because it's like kind of birthday-ish situation, let's get something here. Let's see. Okay, let's see here, a little bow maybe. Maybe a little bow here. It's better. We need something back here. And something, like I said, I think my journal is gonna be right here. I'm not gonna add it, it's gonna go to my cousin. So that's my, like I said, my little cousin. Her mom can do all the stuff for, to what here. I think that's about it. And now I'm just putting stuff on the side. Okay, so let's see some foam adhesives. You need to shine. So let's not overdo it. Let's start with just a little bit, and then we work from there. So that's something that not green, something that's gonna contrast with what I have already. Maybe some pink here. Okay, so we're gonna put it in the three main places where we have stuff. So there we go, and then we're going to add a few more. So let's add something. Let's see, a little bit of pink there. I don't have that many of the small ones, so I gotta be careful. Okay, and then I want to add a few back here. Let me see. Just where I have my flowers, just to make them pop a little bit more. I have, actually, you know what? I have this one here. I'm gonna put it up here because, and I'm gonna move this one from here to here. And then I'm gonna put, I have pink here. I need something here. So I'm gonna go with some yellow over here. Just trying to see where kind of zigzagging things here on my page. See? I need another one here, some blue. So pink, pink, blue. And I think I need to move this over here. Much better. Yep, so kind of zigzagging. I'm the same. I think I need something here. So I'm just gonna see. Need something like small and like here. Let's see. Maybe this little pink. I'm gonna tuck it underneath right here. See? Yep, I like that. Here, I might need another little one here. I wish we had like this. I used them already. There were these little tiny ones. I'm gonna go right here. Gonna lift it up a bit. Actually, underneath the photo. Right there, better. Yeah, I like how that looks like. So let me get up again and make sure that, yeah, I like it. This is very me. So like I said, simple, okay? Simple pieces of paper, just play with them, audition them. Use a combination of like, something that's gonna make your picture pop. So I have the pink, something that's neutral. So I have the blue, and something that brings all the colors together. Okay, so that's the key. And then, you know, and then just play with the position of the paper. These are just 2.5 by 3.5 pieces of paper. The only thing that I did a little bit different was round the corners, and then just, like I said, you can even move this picture to the right, another picture, another picture. My journal is going to be down here, but the key is here, zigzags. So you want to make sure that your eye goes through the entire page. Okay, so zigzag, zigzags. Yeah, I think I could use some more shine, but if like I would like either like gold or something like white sparkles, something. You're right on that. I think it needs a little bit extra shine, but I used the kit, didn't do anything, didn't prep anything. I used it right out of the box, so it's easy for you guys to repeat it if you want to, because I didn't use any extras but what I had. So it's just a guillotine to cut the paper, a corner rounder, and foam adhesive. So if I can do it, you can do it too. I think I want to move this card a little bit higher. I'm just looking at this is one of the beauties of having the computer screen is that I see what it looks like. So I know when I photograph it, where I need to move this one high. So I'm just gonna tuck it in a bit there. Yeah, much better. It was too low. It was pulling the project down a bit too much. Much better. Okay, there we go. So thank you so much. I'm gonna flip the camera. Like I said, it takes one button. Okay, so there we go. I'm not a sweaty mess, even though I thought I was going to be when I saw that I had touched the mouse and moved it to a different screen. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it. Like I said, it hasn't been after what happened with the computer. I'm always afraid of that. But thank you so much for joining me. As always, I'll try my best to put the project, somewhere you can reach it, probably in the classroom, so you guys can, get a close-ups of this. I owe the pictures from the other one. I have it ready. I'm so bad at this. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The girls are always adding stuff to process videos and so. Okay. Take care, guys.